Hey guys, so part 2 of my Saturday balsamic chicken bruschetta meal, I guess we can call it. I don't know, we'll call it whatever it is. So I'm gonna marinate my chicken because for me, I feel like if you're gonna cook chicken, like it should really marinate for like at least half a day, a couple hours, give it a little something. Even if I'm throwing chicken on the grill, whatever I'm using, like marinade wise, barbecue sauce or, you know, honey garlic, whatever it may be, I always marinate it. Because cooking off some of the flavor definitely hurts the chicken in my opinion. So I like to infuse as much flavor as possible, no matter what I'm really making. So chicken that I'm making tonight, it will be cold, served cold, but I like to marinate it for a couple hours, cook it up, let it chill, and then serve it. So the marinade that I'm doing today is a balsamic garlic marinade, I guess. Yeah, balsamic garlic. I got balsamic dressing, I keep saying dressing, but it's just regular balsamic vinegar. My garlic, thin sliced chicken. I really have a thing with chicken. Like, I don't know why, but like my whole life, I can't eat a thick piece of chicken, like no matter how it's cooked, it doesn't matter. I just cannot eat thick chicken. It really skews me out. So I always buy the Purdue thin slice because it's just the best. Cooks really fast, marinates really fast because it's not thick, and that's pretty much it. Let me grab my olive oil and my pepper. And what else do I need? Maybe a little garlic powder. We'll do a little garlic powder too. Can never have enough garlic, ever. Not ever once in life will you ever hear me say that's too garlicky. There's just no such thing. So when I'm marinating something, I always do my dry ingredients on the meat first, and then I add the wet, just to get the flavors of those infused faster. Because if you put the dry on top of the wet, it's not gonna really stick to the meat. So I take my chicken and just make sure it's unfolded if it is folded. Lay it flat. And then you're gonna take whatever dry ingredients I'm using, pepper first, and do a little bit of garlic powder, but not a ton. Just sprinkle a little bit on there of each. Flip it, do the same thing. And then I put it right into my Ziploc bag where it's going to be hanging out for the day. I'm gonna get these all out of the package so I could do them really fast all at once. Usually they come with like 4 or 5 chicken cutlets in here. Chicken breast, I guess, you know, I've always called it chicken cutlets. It's a New York thing, I think. Pepper each side. And then we'll get to the wet ingredients, which will sit nicely on top of this. You're gonna mush it around anyway, so get all these little guys into the bag. I try to separate them a little, the best you can, working in a bag. Rinse up your hands because it's nasty as hell. All right, so we're gonna do a little bit of olive oil. I'm just throwing a little bit over the top. I'm gonna do the balsamic vinegar. You can be liberal with it. Just put it all over. You're gonna want the flavors to sink through. So don't be nervous to use a lot there. Now I'm going to just chop up a little bit of garlic because I know I did the garlic powder, but when I cook this, I like to have some fresh garlic tossed in the meal. So I might as well marinate it with the meal I'm making. So I always add garlic to like literally everything. I literally go through like 4 heads of garlic a week. No joke, but I also cook every single meal at home, so there is never too much garlic. So good for you too. All right, so I get the garlic out here. I usually ahead of time will stick this in a glass mason jar. You've probably seen a video like you shake the mason jar up and down with this inside. It literally gets all the little pieces of garlic out. It's literally phenomenal. It saves you a whole bunch of time like I'm doing right now, okay? What you're gonna do is release the aroma from your garlic. It's gonna like really juicen it up. So if you have a piece, you take the side of your knife and press down on it and just crush it and just do a rough chop. This doesn't have to be like neat or fun or anything. Like literally you just chop it smash it and chop it. All different sizes are good too, because some people like bigger pieces of garlic on their meal, depending on what you're making. But this is going right over the bruschetta and this chicken, so it could really be chopped rough. As long as it's not, you know, whole big garlic there, it'll be fine. Put that in the bag. And then you're just gonna literally massage all that balsamic into the chicken with that garlic so it gets fully coated on each side. And then I like to really tighten this, like in the bottom, like squish everything down and kind of roll it. You'll see, I'm just gonna close it up so it doesn't spill out. Roll it up and close it. So like throughout the day, what I'll do is if it's sitting this way, I'll flip it and shake it around and just do a little jig or whatever you want to do, just so it keeps, you know, getting massaged into different areas of the meat. And then that's it. Later on, I'm going to take it out. I'm going to saute it in a pan with a little bit of olive oil. I'm going to let it cool, and then when it's time to serve, I'll have my chicken, I'll have my bruschetta, I'll have my fresh mozzarella, and it's going to be amazing. And that's it. It's healthy, guys. It's healthy because I don't use any salt in any of my recipes anymore. Totally cut out sodium as much as possible. If it's like in the food, then that's it, is what it is. But if I don't have, you know, I do not use salt. So I get plenty of other flavors going with the products that I use, as far as like garlic and basil and, you know, garlic powder, whatever you can use that doesn't have salt, that's what I use. So healthy as can be, also no carb. So chicken bruschetta, fresh mutts, put it all together. That's it. So easy, so simple. If you do this recipe, please let me know. If you have any questions, just message me. I know like I talk really fast and I ramble and I get lost in my words, so reach out to me. I have no problem explaining this recipe to you. And if you try it, let me know. Okay, have a good weekend.